Hey guys, PMHK here, obviously. So back in 2015, Apple released the first Apple Watch, which they actually called the Apple Watch first generation, which I did go and buy. I even have it here, but unfortunately this one, it doesn't work anymore. It has water damage. Actually, if you have been a subscriber from the channel, you would know that this Apple Watch has a water damage that actually happened when I had a trip to Limpopo with my family. I think this was back in 2016. So back in 2015, they released the Apple Watch first generation alongside other two models, which was the Apple Watch Sports and the Apple Watch Edition, which it was the gold Apple Watch. And then in 2016 they released the Apple Watch Series 1, followed by Series 3 in 2017, and then Series 4 in 2018, which is my current Apple Watch and the Apple Watch we're going to be talking about. And currently they also have Series 5, which was released last year. Now that Apple Watch hasn't really changed much compared with the Apple Watch Series 4. One of the big updates to that Apple Watch actually has been that Apple Watch has always on display, so the screen itself can be on all the time, unlike this one that always goes to sleep when you're not doing anything to it. Okay, that was supposed to actually send it to sleep. So as I mentioned, the focus of this video is the Apple Watch Series 4, which is the one that I currently have. Now this Apple Watch has a 1.78 screen. This is actually the first Apple Watch that actually had a major redesign, which was the screen increase. If you guys actually check the Apple Watch Series 3, it actually still has the screen, which is actually similar to this one, just that this one doesn't turn on, so you actually might be able to see the difference. But if you look closely, you can actually kind of see that the bezels on this one, which was the first generation Apple Watch, is a bit big. Now the 1.78 inch display that this guy has is OLED. Other feature that this guy has is it has an improved heart rate sensor at the back. It also packs the new ECG monitor or sensor, which actually it's not yet unlocked in Africa last time I checked. So this guy is also going to be water resistant up to 5 atmosphere, and you have a battery that will last 18 hours according to Apple. I've never really tested the battery like that, but anytime that I use the watch, I tend to put it to charge when I go to bed, so I can actually run it the whole day, and at night I put it to bed. And if I have to stay with the watch without charging, it could actually take me to 1.5 day. Now when this Apple Watch was launched, it was launched with Watch OS 5, but now we are actually running Watch OS 6, which came with a couple of new features. This new feature that Watch OS 6 comes with include the new watch faces. It also includes new complication that you can set in these watch faces. It also comes with first-party apps like Calculator. You can also now listen to audiobooks right from your Apple Watch, and the Apple Music application also has been much improved. The calendar now it's also reconstructed. Now you also have Smart Siri with the raise to wake. Now all you need to do to actually speak to Siri, unlike on the older devices, just you raise the watch, you can directly speak to Siri. You can use that to set reminders, you can use that to ask her what song is she playing, and so forth. Other features that actually come with the new Watch OS are the health hearing, which you can actually determine in the environment that you are, if it's too noisy, if the volume is actually very low of whatever is playing on your background or in your environment, which can actually help in terms of places that is actually really loud. It's going to actually tell you that that place is too loud for you. You should maybe put down the volume or maybe leave the place. And one other feature of this Watch OS which I cannot use is the menstrual cycle tracking, which is basically an application that helps female to track their menstrual cycle, as the name actually says. So I've been using this Apple Watch for the past 2 years. I bought it when it came out back in 2018. I think I got it around December of 2018. And apart from actually using it as a watch, there's really few things that I use this watch for, and one of them is actually finding my iPhone. Whenever I actually lose my iPhone or I just misplace it, you can literally go to your settings. So you slide up and you just press that button, and as you can see, my iPhone is right here. It actually makes a noise that you can actually help you find your iPhone much easier. It might actually sound that it's really not that big of a deal, but it's actually a big of a deal when you're actually looking for your iPhone and you cannot find it. And the other function that I use this Apple Watch for, it's normally to track my activities when I'm exercising. Right now, we really can't go to the gym because of what's going on with the pandemic and the lockdown. So I actually downloaded one application called Tabata, or Hit Tabata, which I actually use to track my exercise, which I'm actually gonna make another video, and I'm gonna speak a little bit about that exercising app. And yeah, so I'll use that to keep track of my exercise and the time that I've actually done. And it's actually good because you can actually compete with friends that have Apple Watch. They don't really have to have the latest Apple Watch. You can use the workout app to compete, and it's actually measured in points. You can set competition, I think, up to a week. And my last most used feature with the Apple Watch is actually what smart watches are good for, and which is notifications. So whenever I don't have my phone, or even when I have my phone in my pocket, I can always receive the notifications on my wrist, and I don't really have to take the phone out of my pocket and look at it, because some notifications are really not important, and as long as you can just glance it at the watch and then just put it to sleep again, you don't really have to get disturbed if you are busy with an activity. Now, since back when the Apple Watch was released up to now, a few main things have actually changed, just as a comparison as the first Apple Watch and the Apple Watch Series 4. Body has changed a little bit. You can see the button here now is a little more inside, and now you have the new ECG. Also, the new Apple Watches now are much rounder, and obviously, as I mentioned, the screen is much bigger. And also at the back, you can see that the Apple Watch, or the heart rate monitor, also has evolved a little bit, and it's actually much more accurate right now. But one thing that actually hasn't changed, which is actually a plus, is the watch band. So if you have watch bands from back when you had your first Apple Watch, they will still fit in your current Apple Watch, and that is including the current Apple Watch, which is the Apple Watch Series 5. As you can see, I'm using the band that came with my Apple Watch 4 Series 4 in the first generation Apple Watch, and it still fits perfectly. So now the question is, should you still buy an Apple Watch Series 4 in 2020, or maybe should you go for the Series 5 or maybe the Series 3? Now this all, as I always kind of say, it will depend on the budget, but if I have to recommend, I'll recommend that you guys get the Series 4, not the Series 3 or the Series 5. Now, I say not the Series 3 because of one of the main redesigns happened when Apple moved from Series 3 to Series 4, which was they've improved the heart rate sensor, they've improved the actual screen itself. Now the screen is much bigger, which allows you to actually see better whatever it's happening on the watch. And I also say not to upgrade to, or not to buy the Apple Watch Series 5, because compared to the Series 4, not much has actually changed. And one of the big features that actually the Series 5 comes with that the Series 4 doesn't have is the always on display. Now, because you are not always looking at your watch anyways, I really don't think you should be considering buying that Apple Watch, and you should actually stick to the Apple Watch Series 4, because in terms of also prices, the Apple Watch Series 4's prices have been slashed in half at this moment. So I hope this video was of help. If this video was of help, obviously give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys have an Apple Watch. Which Apple Watch are you guys currently using? Which features and app you use the most on the watch? Now this is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the channel. As I said before, give this video a thumbs up. Turn on your post notifications so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. And as for the giveaways that I have running on the channel right now, I'm gonna try and announce winners when the lockdown is reduced to level 4, which is end of April, beginning of May. And I'm gonna check you guys on my next video. Peace.